Hello, crafty cuties, and welcome back to Paper Terrace. If you're wondering why there's a still photo, that's because I wasn't actually planning to film this day, and I was taking my daughter and her best friend shopping, but I found so many cool things that I ended up filming quite a few clips to share with you the cutest 90s theme back to school supplies and a few other things, but I wanted to jump in here before the video starts just to let you know that because I wasn't planning to film, I am doing a voiceover on this entire video, so I apologize for that. I'm going to try to do my best to explain everything that I was seeing. I'm also going to be doing a 90K 90s theme giveaway, not on this video, but I want you to be on the lookout because I'm going to do a haul video coming up pretty soon where I'll show you everything that I picked up and purchased this day. And I'm going to be hosting that giveaway on the haul video. So be on the lookout for that coming if you want to win some cool things. And if you're new, make sure that you're subscribed. So let's get into the shopping version. So when we walked in, I was actually pretty excited to see that they had their back to school supplies. You're going to see that they have a pretty wide range of cool school supplies, the basics, but some really cool ones too. These index cards that were on a spiral, I thought were pretty cool because if you're doing some kind of a test or studying, you could keep everything all together rather than all of the individual index cards. So I had to grab one of those in the 90s theme print. But they had a lot of actual basics, like the things you need a ton of, like pencils, pens. They had Post-it notes in all different colors, and they had a lot of gel pens, and I was actually impressed that they had quite a few name brand pens. I've been looking for some good gel pens, but I find that some of the generic gel pens or pens in general don't last good, so I was happy to see some name brand options. They had really cute pencils, of course, in the 90s prints and everything, but they also had just the basic pencils that, again, I feel like are a little bit better quality. So as for Post-it notes, I was obsessed with these transparent Post-it notes. They're almost like a vellum, but a little bit more plasticky, so I think you'll have to use like a Sharpie to write on them, but they had all of the bright colors. Tons of composition notebooks and fun little journals, so many different paper pads. They had a bunch of planners too, but I didn't really see anything that I loved there. But I love these composition notebooks. I use them actually in my own journaling world. I'll use them to turn into a journal. They had a lot of folders, and my daughter is obsessed with Lilo and Stitch, so I wanted to check through and see what other characters they have because I love when Dollar Tree has the actual characters. I was hoping to find some more 90s theme, but for at least this section, they just had those characters. But yeah, the Lilo and Stitch was super cute, and you'll see later that we found some more Lilo and Stitch. I know the sun was a really bright here, so I'm sorry it's hard to see, but I looked at these lunch boxes and was kind of surprised they're actually very insulated, and they were only $5. And then the backpacks as well. So a lot of times it's kind of like you get what you pay for, but we grabbed one of the backpacks and I'll show you in the haul which one, and they seem pretty good. Like, I don't know if they're going to last a whole school year, but for $5, like if you're on a pinch or if you just liked some of those, then I think it's worth it. Okay, very exciting to find these scented notepads and markers. I, of course, had to grab some. They also had scented crayons, I think highlighters, so many scented things, erasers. These little pencil pouches, of course, were so cute. They had the 90s theme and a bunch of others. Such fun little Post-it notes. I just loved buying school supplies when I was able to pick out all of the fun prints as a kid, so it's still fun as an adult. This day, we didn't actually pick up too many school supplies for my daughter, but I just grabbed things for the giveaway, and we're going to go back when we have her list. Some more composition notebooks that actually had cute little prints, and I love the miniature composition notebooks. I always grab some for journaling. And then onto their regular stationery section, they had this lined paper and the ledger paper. I was very excited to get this. I grabbed a couple because I love both of those papers in my journals, and I repurchase them all the time. I needed some permanent markers because we are doing a lemonade stand, and so I also was looking for poster board. But yeah, they had a lot of Sharpie options, so I had to get a few of those because they're always nice to have on hand. I love these folders and just wanted to point them out. When I don't have any, I'm always repurchasing because I use them as bases for a lot of my journals and other projects as well. This was such a cute little notebook. I was trying to show you the texture, but it was a little hard to get that on camera. Always great to grab poster board for projects and things like that. And again, I got them for lemonade stand. So I headed over to where all of these little post-it notes were, and I felt like I had to get some of these little flag post-its because they really kind of just brought me back to the 90s. I remember using those in my textbooks and things like that, but they're also fun for journaling. I had to take another look at the 90s theme little kiosk that they had when we first came in. I will say that their back to school supplies and stationery is kind of all throughout the store. So if you go to your location looking for some of this, don't give up if you don't see it right when you walk in. Because they even had some of the composition notebooks like in the back of the store. For us, that's like where the food was. So they definitely had it spread out kind of weird. But these little balloon dogs were super cute. Even though some of this stuff might not necessarily be back to school supplies, I think it's always fun to have notebooks on hand for the kids. But again, I'm having this stuff for the craft room. They had so many different prints. Okay, I was obsessed with these transparent journals or notebooks I'm going to show you in a minute, but this little grow journal, I was trying to open this one hand to show you the inside, but it had little prompts and like a doodle page, and I didn't grab one of these, but I was very close to grabbing one. Sorry about the weird camera angle. I was trying to do the best I could. But yeah, I feel like this one looked really high end. It had lined paper on the inside. Of course, they have the filler paper. My kids go through that like crazy for school. Okay, here's the transparent notebooks. Now, it was kind of hard to show you in store with their lighting, so stay tuned because I'm going to show you at the end a little bit better. But I had to get one in every color. So here we are back at home. Now, like I mentioned, I'm going to do a haul video where I show you everything, but this is mostly just the shopping video to give you an idea so you can get out there quickly because I'm sure this stuff goes quick. Look how fun these notebooks are. Okay, I'm definitely keeping some for myself, and then I'm going to add some to my giveaway pile. In person, you can actually see what the little image is on the front. Okay, I had to try one of these transparent sticky notes out because I'm so excited for these. They are a little plasticky on the back, but the front is kind of more like a vellum. So I tested this out with an actual Sharpie marker, and that seemed to work pretty good. Once it dried, it doesn't smear. But I feel like certain gel pens might smear, so you'll just have to be careful on which pens you grab. Here's the little sneak peek. You can see I bought a lot. You can't even actually see how much I got, but I was just so excited. I had to give you a little sneak peek. And then I had to show you this. This is a really cool light that my daughter's friend saw. Let me show it to you. Dome lamp. Dome lamp. Change the color. Change the color. Dome lamp. Dim the light. Dome lamp. Turn off the light. Dome lamp. Turn on the light. Dome lamp. Change the color. Change the color. Change the color. Change the color. Okay, that's pretty freaking cool. Okay, I want one of these in every room. So these you have to run for. These were actually in the back to school supply section. All right, I'll see you guys soon. I hope you have a good day. Thanks for watching. Bye.